After 2 years of dry conditions, both California and Nevada are now 100% in drought. And with dire conditions, rapidly decreasing snowpack, and low reservoir levels, concern for wildfire season is growing. That's a direct quote from Drought.gov, yet almost everyone is ignoring a situation that could very well shock both the economy and the American consumer. After seeing this ZeroHedge article posted a couple days ago, I was convinced that this story was more about fear-mongering than anything else. But upon further research, it seems to me that the American media is ignoring a massive problem developing in the West and Midwest. In today's video, we explore the facts behind this growing concern. A serious drought in the United States, not seen since the Great Depression and Dust Bowl, is set to cause a shocking food shortage and shake up the already unstable economy. As of the making of this video, a large portion of the American West is under D4 conditions. Making matters worse is the fact that these conditions have spread out to the Midwest to an area known as the Corn Belt. Iowa, for an example, has been in a state of drought for quite some time, with 8% of the state categorized as being in a severe drought, while 64% currently suffers from abnormally dry conditions or worse. This unusual severe dry spell unfolding throughout the American West has made lawmakers and others involved in the agricultural industry extremely worried. State water managers and lawmakers brought the issue before Congress, reminding congressmen and women that 90% of the West is now experiencing drought conditions, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor. As the issue becomes more and more apparent, news reports like this are becoming more and more common.
Now to the bone-dry conditions up and down the West Coast tonight, and the fears that an already bad drought could get even worse once the summer heat truly takes hold. The drought's impact clear in places like Folsom Lake, California, critical to the state's water supply. Officials tonight sounding the alarm about the effects of climate change and the new normal that might come with it.
The impact of this on commodities could be severe, with inflation concerns and pent-up demand already causing food prices and commodities to soar. This added perfect storm is not going to help. Take for an example corn, America's biggest cash crop. Corn prices have risen roughly 50% in 2021, and a bushel now costs more than twice than what it did just 1 year ago. With this commodity climbing rapidly to record highs, Americans can now expect to pay more for all kinds of items, including gasoline. Corn is a major ingredient in creating things like tortilla chips, chicken wings, bourbon, and even Coca-Cola. These types of price hikes can also cause a severe ripple effect to other related products like fertilizer and farm equipment. Food companies that raise prices influence other suppliers to do the same, their actions justified by this inflationary environment. This cycle can get out of control rather quickly, with prices rising rapidly in an inflationary loop. On top of all this, we have a ton of investment money being injected into the commodity markets in an attempt by institutional investors to offset inflation risk in their portfolios. Open interest in agricultural commodity futures rose to record highs recently, indicating that traders are worried and betting on even bigger price hikes. The situation is quickly getting out of hand, and as always, politicians are slow to respond. Take a listen to this PBS News report.
Reservoirs that store water for millions are below normal and are projected to hit historic lows soon. This month, California's governor, Democrat Gavin Newsom, expanded drought state of emergencies to 41 of his state's 58 counties, affecting 1/3 of the state.
Let me just state unequivocally, guys, it's really bad.
In Utah, Republican Governor Spencer Cox declared a statewide drought emergency and has asked all residents to conserve water. Lake Mead, which is created by the Hoover Dam, is the largest reservoir in America, and it's getting so low it could trigger a first-ever federal shortage declaration, which could limit water for millions. For those who've been studying climate change in the West, this has been brewing for years.
Where all of this is headed, nobody knows, but with a multitude of factors colliding in a perfect inflationary storm, this potential disaster has a chance to make a bad situation even worse. Looking closer at the epicenter in California, you can easily see why citizens are worried. Not too long ago, dry conditions made for a disastrous wildfire season, with massive devastation causing over $12 billion in damage, 9,639 fires engulfing over 4.3 million acres. 2021 is even drier, and unless some much-needed rain changes the situation, this year could be a lot worse. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content.